If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. It seems people have taken this quote of Mr. Warren Buffett way too seriously. Almost every person who trades markets sooner or later comes across the concept of BTST, which basically means buy today and sell tomorrow. And at first, it looks like a very fancy concept because it is easy to execute, it doesn't require your active time, and on top of everything, you can make money while you're sleeping. But is it really that simple? Is it really that easy to make money while you're sleeping? Let's find out in this video. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Shrish here from Trading Explained, and now without any further ado, let's begin. So let's start the video by asking why BTST? Why in particular we need to buy it today and sell it tomorrow? Why can't we just buy today and sell 5 days later like we do in positional trading? Why there has to be a compulsion of selling tomorrow? Why is it called BTST? Well, because BTST trading is targeted at maximizing the gaps that happen overnight in the markets. You must have seen markets open gap up or gap down too many times, right? It's because it happens too often. Stocks, index, commodities, they all open gap up or gap down, reflecting the changes that happen to those commodities or stocks or index overnight in the global markets. And to take advantage of these changes, BTST trading was developed. Like for example, let's say the crude oil is closing at 7,000 tonight, and you feel the crude oil might actually open gap up by 200 or 300 points. But there's no way you can make money out of those predictions or analysis because you cannot trade the markets when they are closed, right? So what needs to be done? So for that, what you will do is buy those crude oil futures before the market close today. And if crude oil actually opens gap up, sell tomorrow right on the first tick and you will get your money. If you are right, if the crude oil futures actually opens a gap up of 200, 300 or whatever gap up points, you will end up making money on that particular trade. And that is the reason there's a compulsion to buy today but sell tomorrow. Because let's say you bought crude oil today and didn't sell tomorrow, but because your view was only limited to the gap that was going to happen overnight, you now are left clueless with what is going to happen with crude in the ongoing trade session. So that is why it is mandatory for a BTST trader to exit those stocks, commodities or index right on the first tick when the market opens, because the analysis is based on the gaps that are going to happen overnight. Now I know you must be thinking this is very easy because all you need to do is buy some stocks and sell tomorrow morning when the market opens. But that is not how it works. It is not that easy, because let's say you bought some stock at 500 rupees in an anticipation of a gap up. But what if the market actually opens gap down? What if that stock opened gap down? Are you ready for that kind of risk? There are too many calculations you need to do about risk before entering a BTST trade. Well, because you do not know what is going to happen overnight in markets. And because there's this uncertainty of not knowing what is going to happen overnight in the markets, the risk involved in the BTST trading is usually on the higher side. Now let's understand BTST trading in depth. You can execute BTST trades in multiple segments of the markets. You can do it in cash, which basically means stocks. You can do it in commodities, you can do it in forex, and lastly, you can do it in index. But out of all these four, the cash BTST trading is considered to be the safest bet. Well, why? Well, because you see, there isn't going to be much of the news floating around those stocks all the time. News usually floats around commodities and indices. So when you do BTST trading in cash segment of the markets, it is considered to be the safest bet. Moreover, the risk that is involved in the cash BTST trading is way lesser than it is in commodities or indices. Now let's understand why is there a higher risk when we talk about executing BTST trades in index or commodities. Now when we talk about commodities, we need to understand one thing, and that is, unlike stocks, commodities are global. Many stocks in many listed stock exchanges are meant to be for only that particular country, but commodities are global, and that is why any news that impacts the global markets will impact the commodities as well. And well, there are always some news when it comes to the global markets, and that is why the commodities get a bit riskier when we talk about BTST trading. And the same reason goes for index trading as well, Because in India, let's say if you are trading Nifty or Bank Nifty, and if you are carrying overnight positions, then that means you are carrying a risk of overnight news that might impact the global markets. This is same as commodities, because we are linked to global markets. Any news that hits the global markets is going to reflect on our markets the moment it opens, right? And that is why the risk is significantly higher when we talk about BTST trading in commodities or in indices. But it is safer to say that you can do BTST trading in cash. There are multiple ways to analyze how you can pick a stock and how it is done in cash trading, but we will cover it in some other video because this will get a bit lengthier then. But if you want to know how to do cash BTST trading, let me know in comments down below. I will come up with that video sooner or later. But the thing is, most people are interested in BTST trading on index. Why? Well, because there's so much volatility, there's always some mess going around, and there's always some room for making money in the overnight gaps. I don't deny it. But let me tell you the truth. If you are a retail trader with limited capital playing for overnight gaps in hope of making some money, don't ever do that again. Don't do it. If you're doing it, stop. Don't do that, because there are so many factors that get involved when we talk about index or commodity BTST trading, and these factors are usually on the higher end of risk parameter, and that is why you cannot really calculate what is the amount that you are going to lose when the market opens against you the next morning. What we see is usually only if the market opens in my favor, I will end up making this much money. If I take these many quantities and market opens blah blah, I will end up making this much money. These are the calculations we always end up doing. But we need to do the opposite. We need to understand the kind of money that we are putting in. We need to understand the risk that is getting involved in particular trade. And when we start calculating the risk first before the profit, then the trading kind of becomes a little bit easier. And because the risk involved in BTST trading in particular to index is unspecified, it is very difficult for a retail trader to make consistent money out of BTST trading in index. So yes, you can do it in cash, you can do it based on volume parameters. Some people do it on the delivery data that is displayed on NSE site, but doing it on Bank Nifty or Nifty doesn't really make sense if you have a limited capital. Yes, if you have much more capital than you want to and you want to play for some fun, then you can do it. But if you are having limited capital and want to make it out of markets, then the struggle is real. Don't do BTST trading in index. Well, you might feel this was a very complex video about BTST, but the truth is that it is what it is, because the risk that gets involved in BTST trading is unspecified and there's no way to calculate how much in terms of percentage the markets are going to open gap up or gap down. So it is what it is, as I said. And BTST trading is kind of difficult if you want to make a living out of it. It is not very easy, at least when we talk about commodities and index. You can do it in cash. I know a few people who do BTST trading in cash and I have learned from them how to do it. So if you want a video, as said, put a comment down below and I shall be back with that video soon. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something out of it. And if you did, then make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel, because I keep coming back with such videos that revolve around trading, trading psychology, trading success, trading consistency. Everything that you need to know about trading, you will find on this channel. So make sure to subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Until then, you guys take care. Bye bye. Peace out.